Welcome back everybody, Matt here, hope you're doing well. So this weekend we got a new movie come out in theaters, Final Destination Bloodlines. Now this is the sixth Final Destination movie in the franchise. Actually, it's been 14 years since the last Final Destination. That came out in 2011. That was actually the first Final Destination. I want to say that was the first Final Destination movie I saw in the theater. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I saw the third one. I don't remember. But I know I saw the last one they made in the theater. I saw it with my friend Reese. And we were shocked by that ending, that twist ending, which was really good. But when it comes to the Final Destination franchise, I'm not a huge, fan of it. I mean, I've seen all of the movies. But I'm not one of those who are like, oh, Final Destination. Yeah. Actually, when it comes to the Final Destination franchise, though, it is one of those, a couple years ago I made a video on my friend, and I said the first movie I ever saw with him at his house when he invited me over for the first time, that we watched Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Well, now, getting back to Final Destination, when I first went to my other best friend's house for the first time back in 8th grade in the fall of 2003, my friend Reese, the first movie I ever watched at his house was Final Destination 2. So, I remember the first movie I ever saw in his place was a Final Destination movie. I mean, obviously it was the second one with all the one fear now everyone has when they get on a highway and they see a truck with logs on it. We immediately get out of the way. Why? Because of Final Destination 2. I thought that was pretty interesting that the first time I ever saw a Final Destination movie was being invited to my other friend's house. So, I have a little history there. What I like about this franchise is it does take things that are a common thing, kind of everyday life stuff, and says, this is what could actually happen. Even the highway with the logs, that's a real thing. The other one that to me scares me the most are roller coasters. So in the third one we had the opening with the roller coaster. Final Destination Bloodlines. And let's get into it. The opening, which is in every Final Destination, kind of like Scream, has an opening kill. What's that famous opening kill scene in Final Destination? Is always, what's that famous premonition that the character has, that then they show how it's going to unfold, and then they come back and be like, oh no, oh shit no, we're not doing that, we need to get out of here right fucking now. The opening premonition, we see in the trailer, is in a high-rise. Now that's two movies this year dealing with high-rises, this movie and Drop. And I haven't been in too many. I know that's a fear for people to go. People who fear heights, going all the way up a high rise, and then looking windows, all over, and you're just looking down. The opening premonition thing here is great. This might actually be one of the best openings besides the second one with the highway scene. It is a well-paced scene. It doesn't rush anything. It takes its time. It keeps you suspenseful. It lets you see certain things that could possibly be the thing that really sets everything off. And then when everything starts to happen, all the little things that happen each in different areas to finally let this whole thing go boom. Also, the actress Brett Masinger She does a really good job in this scene. Like I said, there is some CGI, but it's not as bad as the trailer makes it look. But I think overall, this is one of the best openings in a Final Destination movie. I like how this one, like the title is Bloodlines. So this one deals with an actual family, and then you have the little girl at the beginning, who then, the opening is set in the 50s, and then we jump to present day. So now that little girl was a grandmother, so now she's already had a family, and that family has had kids. So now we're following like the second generation, right? Yeah. So the grandkids, if you will. And we're only focused this one on a family. Unlike all the other ones were just random people who just happened to be there at the time. And I thought that was an interesting, something new, something fresh that we haven't seen in the Final Destination films. It also makes it more focused and more structured. You're only focusing on this one group of individuals. And this time it's like, you're going to have the main characters like, ooh, I'm not going to only focus on myself. I got to protect my family. My brother, my sister, my cousins, my aunt, uncle, father, mother. So it definitely gives you more of a you got to really care this time. It's probably the funniest out of the Final Destination movies. There's some good one-liners, there's some good comeback lines. Also, some of the scenarios, I think that they're not supposed to be funny. There is a moment that I was like, oh shit, that had to hurt. I mean, you're wincing, but you're like almost laughing at the same time. And you're like, oh, no, that had to hurt. Tony Todd. Now, Tony Todd passed away last year, but luckily he was able to film his scene for this new Final Destination movie before he died, even though he was already pretty much on his way out, if you will. And you definitely feel that in his scene. Like his dialogue, I don't want to say it's almost, I don't want to say on the nose, but it definitely feels more, not with the actual character, but with Tony Todd himself and what he's going through in life outside of the movie, that they bring into the movie, that when his speech and his scene was really good. I love, also the way they give him a little bit of a backstory in this movie, and how it connects now to all of the Final Destination films, I think it was brilliant. The hospital scene the whole time, once they hit the hospital scene about near the end of the second act, I would say, that to me, the entire sequence is the best sequence in this movie. There is a scene with an MRI machine, and I admit it, and that's what I say, there's a moment in this film with one of the kills that I'm like, now that is something I can relate to. Now we got something that I can be like, oh shit. I've been in a lot of MRI machines throughout my life. I like how people say, oh, I hate those things, they're so claustrophobic. I go, well, I'm so used to them that they don't bother me. And then they're so loud, I'm like, they don't bother me. I've been in enough of them to know, hey, they are what they are. Now, when I was younger, I was afraid when I was going to them. But now I'm just like, yep. Now I'm just like, hey doctor, can you do your fucking job and figure out what the fuck is going on with me? Pacing, this is the longest Final Destination movie, and you would never know it. I went back and watched the first one last Sunday, and that's only a little bit over 90 minutes, and that felt slow to me. Really slow. And now watching this new one, this is the longest Final Destination movie, and you never feel it. Negatives. This isn't actually because of the movie itself. It's more in the marketing. If you've seen at least two of the two trailers that came out, they do spoil two major scenes in the movie. The one with the tattoo shop, and then the one in the backyard at the picnic, family gathering. If you've seen those in the trailer, they pretty much show you those scenes. They're in the movie, but they're pretty much all in the trailer too. So that's two things, major scenes, that are spoiled in the trailer. Some of the acting and some of the actors wasn't that great. One of the cousins slash brothers, he's kind of like the jock in the family. I feel like he was in a completely different movie. Like, he didn't know how to act at all. I don't know if it's just his line delivery, but, ooh. The thing is, the mom that plays in the movie, of our main character, I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, you look familiar. But not, like, from now. Like, from, 30 years ago. I'm like, you look familiar. And I'm running through my head, is that the chick from Beethoven? No. Is that the chick from, no. And then I was like, oh, jump 30 years. So look at her now, she's obviously aged. Now, picture her 30 years ago. The light bulb goes off. Home Alone 3. That is one of the robbers, the female robber in Home Alone 3, the woman. I was like, oh! Now I know who you are. Other than that, like I said, it's a good movie. If you like these movies, I think you'll really be pleased. I would give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this franchise, but, I did think this one was pretty good. So let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of Final Destination? Have you seen all the movies? Have you seen this new one? If so, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below.